Good evening. I look like crap. Look at this hair. I didn't shower today. Why do I always have crazy ass hair? Whatever. Today was weird. Um, we had plans to go to the beach with Alicia and her daughter Nina. We did just see them yesterday for like all day. But she was like, I'm going to go to Cedar Beach tomorrow. And I was like, yeah, we might do that. And then when I woke up this morning and I knew I had this long day ahead of me with just me and Poppy. I thought, yeah, and Cedar Beach is pretty close by. I thought, okay, we'll do that. But then she texted me a little later in the morning and said she wasn't feeling well. And then meanwhile, Poppy, after breakfast, just wanted to watch videos, like little cartoons, British cartoons, and Paul and I let her. She was really into it for a while, like a couple of hours, and he went to work and everything, and I was like feeling really like slumped and kind of anxious and like not sure what to do with her, so I kind of just let it go on and on with her on the videos. And then in the afternoon, I got a text from Jamie, our friend in Rocky Point, and she was like, "I'm going to give away half of a play stand, which is like a Waldorf wooden. It's basically like this arched thing with shelves, and it usually comes in two pieces." And then you can put like silk cloth over it, and it has shelves. It could be like a puppet theater, it could be a bookshelf, it can be like just a place to play with dolls and toys, and also like a space for privacy and reading. They're amazing, and they're kind of big, and they're really expensive, hundreds of dollars. And it's been my fantasy to get one, but I can't justify buying it, and I don't even feel comfortable asking my sister to buy it. And so for some reason, Jamie has one. Her kids are getting older. Um, I don't. She uses one half now just as like a bookshelf in her kitchen, um, and the other one she had in the basement being unused. And I mean, I think she was telling me like, oh, I was thinking about just selling the whole thing, and she could make some money off of it. But she just decided to get rid of it, and she knew that I was interested in them, so she was giving me first dibs. So I was like, yes, I'll be there in a heartbeat. So we got Poppy dressed, and we rushed over there. 'Cause she was like, if you can either come right now or around 5 o'clock, but we're leaving at 6 o'clock. She's always like way like scheduled, and she homeschools her kids, but she keeps them really busy. Like they always have stuff, lessons and appointments. Um, So she's like, come over right now, but I'm about to leave to go do laundry. So I got there, and we hung out for a little while, so it was a little bit social. But I felt bad because Poppy really likes her kids, and they're so sweet to her. And Poppy loves their house, she loves their dog, she loves their toys. And so we got there, and Poppy was really into being there, but we were only there for 10 minutes, and so it felt crappy having to drag her oh, we have to go now. Meanwhile, I couldn't fit the play stand in the trunk of our huge SUV that we have now. I couldn't do it, and Jamie wouldn't help me. I mean, she didn't say she wouldn't help me, but I was like, I can't get it in, and she didn't offer to help. Um, I don't know if she could have done anything. I have this feeling that Paul would have been able to just do angles, would have gotten it in. It's very heavy. I could barely lift it. So we put it on the side of our house, and then tomorrow when Paul has off from work, we're gonna go pick it up. He'll go pick it up. Um, so then, okay. Meanwhile, it was 90 degrees out and humid. Just a really gray, disgusting, hot day. The first really hot day that we've had, and just humid as hell, swampy. I don't mean to scare you with that since you're moving here, but we do have these days in the summer in New York. Not endless days of it, but they happen. Um, Very humid, but yeah. So it was that kind of day. Hot. Did I mention hot? And so I felt, I battle my lethargy anyway. So this was like, what am I gonna do with Poppy now? Like, should we just go back to the house and play? Just go to the beach anyway, park. Everything just seemed like horrendous. So, meanwhile, on Monday of this week, I have to back up. I don't know how much detail I need to give. Okay, long story short, my sister had bought a bed for Poppy's room for Poppy or guests. And it's a full size bed, which I always thought if we're ever going to transition Poppy to sleeping in her own room, that I'd want a bigger bed so we could lay down with her. And also, as she gets older, that she can have a decent sized bed instead of this little, twin thing. I mean, so, and the reason my sister felt urgency, she bought us a bed. I don't know if I said that. She felt urgency about making this happen. We've been talking about it for many months. Is she's planned this trip. I probably mentioned this. My sister, my other sister, husband, 3 kids, and husband's parents are all coming here in August. Okay, so some of these people are going to be staying at a vacation rental house in Rocky Point, but a lot of them are going to be staying at our house. So she's concerned with bedding, putting people places. Okay, so we bought a new bed on Monday. It hasn't arrived yet. It's going to take 2 weeks. And so I had it in my head like, well, we don't have full-size sheets. I was like, so we could, go pick out sheets, and Poppy could help me pick out sheets for her new bed. I was gonna get like kid sheets, which there aren't kid sheets that are size full. So whatever. Anyway, so I'm at Jamie's, melting, sweating, and I was like, well, we could go to Marshall's, Miller Place, and maybe look at discount sheets. And I talked Poppy into doing that. It wasn't hard to talk her into it. She was, she's cool. She likes to go shopping. So we do that. We go to Marshall's and we look at sheets and pick out a set. And then it was like that took like 5 minutes. It was so fast. And I was like just wandering with Poppy in the shopping cart, like this, not wanting to leave the air conditioning, and just kind of wanting to shop, just wanting to buy things, but at the same time being disgusted by everything that's there. And I like cruised over into the bathing suits because I have this bathing suit. It's a maternity bathing suit. I'm pretty sick of it. And I kind of have this fantasy of being really bold and brave and wearing a bikini this summer. Fuck the haters. But so I was looking at bikinis and bathing suits, and well, first I was looking. God, you can tell I'm bald right now. Um, this hair. Uh, First I was looking at bikinis, and they were all really unacceptable. I didn't try any on, but they all seemed really either flimsy and inadequate, ugly patterns, or like too old ladyish, like just too bulky. Like nothing seemed what I was looking for. And then I went on the other side of the racks and was looking at the one pieces, and everything's ugly and horrible. And then I found one that was cute, that was like $80 marked down, $40 marked down to $20, and it was very cute. It was Nanette Lepore brand, which I guess is an expensive brand. It was floral. It wasn't overly vintage looking. It was just a nice bathing suit. It had a really green. It was green with a tropical print, like ferns and stuff like that. Not too flowery floral, kind of jungle, I guess, but yet subtle. It was really pretty. So lots of shades of green. Um, Suddenly I was like, I want to try this on. Uh, and then so I grabbed it, and I grabbed like one of these beach cover-up things. I was like, I've always wanted a beach cover-up. So then we pushed our way over to the dressing room, and the dressing room attendant was a woman. Um, she was short. She had kind of a boyish haircut. She was very, very tan. She was older, like 50, say, or late 40s, and extremely tan, and had a masculine face. So she kind of looked like a dude. I was very struck by her looks. Like, they were intense. She had really thick black eyebrows. And I was like, hi, just these two. And Poppy's in the shopping cart. And I knew I could. And I had the sheets and some kids' clothes that I also picked out in the cart. I knew I couldn't bring the cart into the dressing room, but I kind of had it with me. I was about to, like, I was going to push it over to the side, but I hadn't done that yet. And so she's like, I was like, hi, I have these two items. And she stares at me. And I was like, so, and then she was like, are you gonna leave her here, or are you gonna bring her into the dressing room? And I was like, I'm going to bring her into the dressing room, of course. And she's like, okay, so it's just you two and these two items. And I was like, yes. It was awkward, and then she like took my shopping cart and like heaved it over like as if I was like a moron for not having it put it off to the side. I just hadn't done it yet. So then I went and tried it on. It wasn't working. It wasn't awful. It just it's real saggy in the titties. Like, just had these really thin straps and just like separated my breasts and yet sagged them. So it was just, in the chest area it was unflattering. The rest of my body it looked cute, but so it didn't work. And then the beach cover up was, it said extra large, but I could, as soon as I put it over my head, I was like, it's tiny. It's not gonna fit over my arms. So that was offensive. Don't be calling it extra large if it's actually extra small or small. Medium. It was like a medium. Anyway. Um, so that didn't take long. And Poppy and I are walking out. I've got my little tag that says two because we have two items. And I've got my two items in my hand. Oh, Poppy's holding the tag. And I said, give the tag to the lady. And Poppy hands her the tag. And the woman goes, how old are you? And Poppy goes, I'm 4. And she goes, is it scary being 4? Poppy goes, no. And she's like, I would think it'd be scary to be 4. Everyone's bigger than you. It just seems like it would be really scary to be 4 years old. Do you cry? Do you cry a lot? Do you cry all the time? And Poppy's just like, no. And I was like, she cries sometimes, but, not more than anyone else. And then the lady goes, ha 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 ha. And then we just like scooted off. And I was like, I said, as we walk away, I said to Poppy, I was like, that was weird, right? And she's like, why was she asking me that? Why was she asking me if I cry? I don't cry. I'm happy all the time. So I was like, well, you cry sometimes, but sometimes you cry and most of the time you're happy. But I was like, whatever, like, you're fine. You're fine the way you are. It was just really fucking creepy. Um, that's what I wanted to vlog about. And I just felt like crap. I mean, I was fascinated. I was disturbed that she approached my daughter and spoke to her that way. Like, what the fuck? How fucked up are you? Like, where are you coming from with that, like, extreme psychotic negativity toward a little girl? And then, and inappropriate and, so, but at the same time, I was, like, fascinated, but she was a really weird woman. And then, so anyway, then we left the store, we paid for stuff, and then I was like, do you want to go to the park? And she was like, I want to go to Whole Foods. I was like, but we don't need anything. I just grocery shopped like 2 days ago. She's like, I just want to go. And I was like, okay, it'll be air conditioned. So we drove off to Whole Foods and we shared half of a watermelon, or like a quarter of a watermelon, and edamame and seltzer. And she played in the play area, and then we left and went home. It was odd. Okay, bye-bye. Oh, wait. I always thought I only had 15 minutes on this. What's going on and on? It's 15 minutes and 7 seconds. Well, that's all I wanted to say anyway. So I am going to hang up now. Goodbye.